Hi all folks, this is Max from highonandroid.com, where we get high on Android every day. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing my new iPad and my Transformer Prime Android tablet. Both are very good tablets. So I think I would be a very good reviewer of both tablets because I have both. A lot of the iPad reviewers, like, I won't mention names now, but they only have an iPad 2, iPad 3, so they only really see all the good parts about the iPad, or they're just fanboys and they've never tried Android tablets, or they've tried Android tablets but like for 5 minutes. So since I've tried both for a pretty long time now, as far as the iPad, the new iPad, I've tried almost over a day. And also, I've used Android tablets, so I'll be a good person. Just think of it this way. Right now, take a notice of everything that's blue in this room. Alright? Take a notice. I'll give you 5 more seconds. And then now close your eyes. And now tell me everything that's brown in this room. You probably couldn't tell, right? So that's how, if an Apple fanboy reviews an iPad, that's what the review is going to be. They're going to see all these blue things that they want to see, but they're not going to see the brown parts. So I'm here to show you the brown parts. So let's go do this. So I've got the new iPad and the Transformer Prime. First thing I'll go over is the display. The display, I would have to say definitely the iPad 3 is much better. But as far as browsing experience, I've actually had some problems. It wouldn't load some of the some websites. Like if I go to YouTube, I'll show you. It's really, hold on, let me load it up. So this shows all my personal messages and comments. I usually use my Asus Transformer to reply to a lot of my messages. Let's look at my latest talking to wild turkeys. So I hit that. See all comments. And why I use the desktop version is because the mobile version of YouTube app doesn't automatically add the reply, and makes me a lot harder to reply to messages when someone's username is like a combination of letters and numbers. Seriously. So I go here, you're a douchebag, is this your phone camera because it looks terrible? Okay, I'm gonna go reply. See that? It doesn't work. And it's not just with this YouTube desktop version, but some of the websites, the JavaScript like really messed up. I've tried using Dolphin HD, but seriously, it shouldn't look like that. It should work like this. If I hit reply, I should be able to. Oh, this one's covered up the screen. See how I can actually reply to people. So that kind of makes the iPad, the new iPad, it has problems. The display is great, but I've been having, so far in the 24 hours, I've had so many problems with some of the, sites I go to that every day, and I can't, I can't use features. I can't comment back to people. I have to use the mobile version and enter all these, crazy YouTube names. Sometimes, you guys have these really long names. Really hard to type on a tablet. As far as the tablet's keyboard, I've been trying to find if you guys have a good keyboard app that I can use, because I feel like this is really awkward with two hands. I have to grab my thumb to get to G, T, or Y, or H with my other hand, and also this sharp edge is not good for that. Whereas the Android, you can get the thumb tablet. This makes typing a lot easier because all the letters are on the side instead of like this. So that's my complaint, but I've looked everywhere. I haven't been able to find a cool keyboard like this. If you know of one, let me know in the comments. So that's my complaint. The tablet's keyboard kind of not that great. And people talk about how apps are so much better on the iPad, but I haven't been able to actually experience that. For example, I'll go to one of the major apps, YouTube, right? So I'll go to YouTube on this one, and I go to YouTube all the time. It's great. Let's say I go search for a video here. Let's go search for my own videos. And another complaint that I have, sometimes I have to press that bunch of times, and that X is very hard to press. They should make that X bigger, versus, you know, this one. Oh, let me type something. Let's put Max. The YouTube app really sucks on the new iPad, because you still don't get HD, versus the ice cream sandwich on the Transformer Prime. You do get HD videos, so you actually get better quality. So let's say I pressed on one of these videos, right? And now the Android version, it'll give you the video and also the option to press my my channel and all these things, and I can actually go to zoom or zoom out. Whereas the new iPad, it goes to loading the video right away, which is really annoying because I have to hit done, and then if I want to go to my channel, I can't. I have to actually hit more from. Hi folks, this is Max from Epic. See how that, the touch is kind of funky. Unlike a lot of, well, now what I'm gonna do, hit that button there, and I'm here. So it's very not intuitive at all. Some of the apps that I use are not intuitive. It takes me forever to do the same thing on, you know. So I go the video, I can't even click on it. I have to click twice. See, it's okay. I gotta take the keyboard out. So I gotta do that again. Done. Okay, I gotta hit the more from. Alright, and if I want to go to my channel here, there's no way. It doesn't take me to my channel. Versus the ICS version is flawless. I can go to my channel, I can see my uploads. It's a lot more streamlined. So as far as the YouTube app goes, the iPad needs to be updated. Just pain. So next big one is email. I know a lot of you use Gmail, whether you have a Android or, you know, you have iPad. I feel like the email app is much better on the Android tablet. Obviously, I can actually do stuff here versus this one. Well, it's the same, but you know, I just think the Android version is better. I guess they're similar. Okay, so that one's okay. Maybe that one's just fair. Let's go to the next thing here. Oh yeah, this is a big one. So I go to the App Store, and let's go to the Google Play Store, and let's go download something, right? So let's download Antutu here. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna download Antutu CPU Master, right? So I hit download, accept download, and it's gonna start, and immediately I can search for another app. Let's say I want to get Task Manager. I can go and install a bunch of apps. It's very intuitive, versus the iPad. Let's go to featured. Let's type. See, this is what I'm talking about. That X is so small. See, I pressed it once, twice. Look at that. It doesn't work. What kind of tablet is this? That's my complaint. I'm just being honest. As a user, I'm sure if you have an iPad, maybe you got used to it already, but a lot of the newer people who get to it, it'll take a lot of time to just really pinpoint that. They put like 1 pixel there. They can put like additional pixels. So let me type. Do they have same apps here? I don't know. So let me just get these random apps, right? So I get this app, install this app. I have to, well, let me enter my password. It's going to be getting really annoying when your kid asks you to enter your password every time they download an app. So now it takes you to this screen and it's downloading. And then now to go back to the apps, I have to swipe back to the home page. And then I have to hit the App Store again. And then I can go and download. So it's kind of, it takes you a lot longer to do things on the iOS. So that's another thing I've noticed as a, you know, somebody who's been using Android tablets for a while now. That's a really annoying factor. Annoying factor is about iOS. But people who've been used to this, they're probably not annoyed because they don't know there's something better that exists. So next, multitasking. So you want to close an app, you do double click, and then you actually have to hold the app down. What the hell? Yeah, there you go. Sometimes it doesn't work, and you have to try to hit these negative little signs, and you know, sometimes these things don't work. Look, I'm showing you the touchscreen really, doesn't, there. So that's how you close apps. Takes me a long time, very hard to pinpoint that. And versus Android, I can just hit this button and swipe, 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 swipe. So it's so much faster, so much more intuitive. Again, this is really for simple users who cannot, well, not really, this is just better sophisticated machine. So let's look at security swiping. So security, you even have face unlock if you have a Galaxy Nexus or a custom tablet. I really like the pattern, it's really cool. Something that's not on on an Android tablet, or I mean sorry, on iPad. So I can do this, my new lock pattern, much better than trying to enter numbers. It's a pattern thing. It's really cool versus iOS. Passcode lock. They only have passcode lock. So I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, 0000. This is so boring compared to thing. And you can do that on Android also. So with Android you get slide, pattern, pin, and password. So that's good, but I'm going to put it back on slide. So that's another thing. You have more options with Android out of the box than iOS. Now I'm not going to go straight on bashing the iPad 3 because this review is supposed to be very honest and unbiased, and I'll give them that the FaceTime works really well. The good features about the FaceTime is that over Android is that you can just put somebody's phone number and you can start calling and they can receive. There's no need to install separate apps, whereas the Android, I found that you actually have to have the compatible apps such as what are those voice apps? Anyway, you have to install an app versus the iPad you don't. It's compatible across all iOS devices, and that's something I think Android should fix in the near future. So that one iPad, the new iPad, does pretty good, and I really like it because I have a lot of, you know, fanboys, fan dad and fan mom. Everybody else is fan something. So it makes it easier for me to communicate with them because they're on the simpler device versus my sophisticated Android tablet. And also I'll say another thing about Google stuff. I'll show you how they say there's more tablet apps for iPad, but I find that not true because I use Google Plus all the time. They don't even have a Google Plus app. I have to actually do this. And this isn't just for Google services. There's also the speed test app. The same thing. It's just an enlarged version of phone thing. So, you know, maybe it has more tablet apps, but that doesn't mean, you know, it's maybe more tablet apps, but it doesn't mean, you know, some of the apps that you use personally will have a tablet version on the new iPad. So in that sense, it doesn't really make complete it's not complete advantage. It just depends on the apps you use, and you know what, it could turn out that this one is a lot better. And plus I have all my Google Music synced to my Google Music account, versus iOS. I can't even, I have to buy this app. It's on the App Store. If you type Google Music, there's a third-party app that somebody made, and you have to even pay like $2, and it doesn't even work well on the new iPad. So that's kind of another complaint. A lot of the Google apps, you know, you have to pay for them. Look at that, the Google G Music, and if you read the reviews, it'll say it sucks. So I don't even want to buy this. Look, just loads, nothing, plays new iPad 3. Great. Whereas I can get it free and it's all on my, you know, cloud It's already cloud, you know. So next one is the widgets part. You can't put any widgets. You see that? Versus the Android ICS Transformer Prime or any Android tablet, you can put say you can put weather widgets, clock widgets, and also you can put even more widgets. So I don't actually even have to open my app. For example, I can put a Gmail. Let me see here. Gmail widget here, and I can even resize it, and I can even choose which one. Let's say I put my inbox, and you can hold it and you can resize it. This way it's like you have your apps. It's like having, you know, actual real multitasking with the Android tablet versus iOS. You actually have to hit Gmail to see your apps, versus Android, where I can see the weather, the clock, the you know, my Gmail, and you can even add more widgets. There's even news widgets, which is really handy. There's RSS widgets. You can download widget apps. You know, the ideas are endless, and iOS or iPad, the new iPad, is way behind. I can't even put my calendar there. How cool is that, right? I could just put my calendar. So I gotta do all these things. Make it big, you know, resize it. This is something, you know, this is very advanced. This is not. This is very simple. This is sophisticated. A lot more functionality, so I don't have to waste you know, energy running the app. You know, it's already there, and I can even put my Twitter widgets. They have Facebook widgets. You know, you don't even have to look at notifications. You can put it, you know, and you got a bunch of home screens. Versus iOS, you can have more screens, but you have to still install more what is it, more apps, and then just keeps going. Versus, you know, you get all these free spaces, and it's not using that much more power than the new iPad. Also, I noticed every time I want to switch wireless, if I'm on an app, I have to hit the home button, I have to go to settings, and if I'm in general, I have to go to Wi-Fi, and then that's 4 steps. Versus Android, let's say I'm in Gmail, I can just hit there, go hit settings, and straight to Wi-Fi or whatever. So it's much quicker. To switch apps is very simple. There's a button there. I can just switch to whatever. It's much quicker. So for those of you who haven't tried Android tablets, you'll see some of those things I've outlined here that you can't get on iOS. Obviously, if you never use an Android tablet, you'll never be able to see the light of the day. As far as the performance, I would say the new iPad has a good CPU. This one has a really good CPU. There's nothing like really much better about each tablet. Just as long as it's fast enough to use apps, and this one is, and very fast and fluid, that's all that matters, and both of these tablets have that. So I'm not going to say one is better. People say graphics is better. Yeah, but you know, if I don't use any high intensive graphic, you know, apps, it's not going to really matter. And most of the apps are not really graphic intensive unless you're playing the latest HD game, which this is completely capable of. So I wouldn't say one is better than another. Alright folks, so next look at the camera. Some of the things I've noticed is that the only option you have is grid on or grid off, which is simple. So what the new iPad does is it stores every video in 1080p, and it will render to lower formats. When you use like a YouTube upload, it will actually not upload in 1080p, which is my complaint. Versus my Transformer Prime, I can actually set it. Let me go to video. I can actually set it to 1080p or 720p or SD, and when I use the YouTube app, it will upload in the format that I recorded, which comes in handy. And also, if I run out of you know, maybe some videos I don't want to take in full 1080p, I can save you know, space by recording in SD or 720p or whatever. So it's in that sense, as a YouTuber, for YouTubers, definitely Android tablets are better for recording videos, and maybe you're not getting a tablet to record videos, but it is a major functionality of the tablet device, and that's all I'm pointing out. As far as the photos go, I would say the iPad, I'll give the iPad a little bit for still photos. Let me actually show you some of the photos. One photo I took right here. So there, that's actually this flag right here. I took that there versus the Transformer Prime. I don't, in actual reality, I don't really see that much difference. The iPad maybe have a slight edge in color, but that's pretty much it. But that's not something I would just get a new iPad for. So we've covered pretty much a lot of things here. Next, there's the cool thing about the Transformer Prime is you have this button. You can search Google for anything. Let me try this right here. CNN, and it will take you straight to search results for CNN, or you can do things like navigate San Francisco. So it's all built in, so you even have Google navigation versus, obviously you can't really use this as a navigation system in your car versus the Android tablets. You can easily, because it comes with free navigation software without you having to buy additional stuff. Well, that's kind of getting long. I'll have another video battle down between the new iPad and Transformer Prime. The new iPad does have better resolution. Again, I haven't been able to find many apps that actually took advantage of that, especially the YouTube app. You can't even get HD on the new iPad versus the Transformer Prime, which has HD functionality for YouTube. So you can actually watch YouTube videos in HD. Actually, let me show that real quick. Let me go to my favorite RWJ here, and let's play the latest video, and let's do the first one here, and you see that it's in HD, and this is not in HD. I'm not sure what this is in, so let's play.
Oh no, seriously, no, come on.
Okay, so it's, no, they're about the same. I think it's because this is not actual HD video. Let me show you another video. So I paused one of the latest video from RWJ. Actually, the resolution is actually exactly the same, so that's about the same. So overall, I would say it has a better display. Other than that, it can't really take advantage of the resolution, maybe the camera, but I don't see that much betterness, so I don't know if that's something that I would go for. But as far as actual operating system features, as you can see, there's a lot more features you can do. You have widgets, and also if you use a lot of Google products like me, it's a lot more streamlined. For me, there's actually more apps that I can use on Android. Google Music, Google Plus versus iOS. You either don't have it or you have to use the phone version, and so it just all depends on your personal preference. But I just kind of outlined what I thought, what's missing on the iOS, and what's also missing on the Android. FaceTime is missing on Android. So stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. And thanks you guys for supporting my channel. And this is the first battle down between the Apple new iPad and the Transformer Prime. And I hope I did okay, right? Not too bad. Anyway, see you guys all later. Don't be a hater. Oh yeah, one of the coolest parts about the Transformer Prime is I can actually, it has a micro HDMI port right there. and also micro SD card slots, so you can actually put a 64 gigabyte micro SD. Do they have one like that? I think so. So you can extend, you can swap out your micro SD, and also it's very easy. All you need is a cable, and you can go to any HD TV, turn it into a media device. Versus the iPad, you can do it wirelessly, but you have to spend another $150 on that wireless Apple TV or whatever that thing is. So that's another advantage. It comes out of the box. So I mean, if you've been using a lot of Apple you know, stuff like iTunes and whatnot, this is definitely going to be better for you, simpler. Android tablet, you can do a lot more, root it, put ROMs, a lot more sophisticated device. So it all boils down to you know, what kind of user are you? And for me, I guess this is, you know, works a lot better. The apps actually work better on this for me. Especially the web browsing works a lot more flawless. A lot more browsers. You get Chrome, you get Dolphin, you get Opera. You get more browsers, more browser apps on this one than the iPad. So it all boils down. But if you haven't really decided which one, if you don't really use Apple products that much, definitely get the Android tablet. And there's also Double Twist that can work with iTunes, I think. So it's kind of cool. It all depends what you want, but I would have to give this a little bit more edge. You know, despite this screen is better on here, this one can do a lot more things, a lot more productive as a tablet device. So that's it. See y'all later.